average Jacksonville crackhead has lost his shit once again. You can tell he's a jailbird by his all-white outfit.
And his black Air Force Ones.
And his black well, they're usually white Air Force nuns. What up, what up, what up? Happy Friday! How you guys doing? We are back on another amazing episode of the Ox Talk Podcast with your boy J-Rock the Gypsy. Thanks for getting with me. So, we have been super busy the past week or so. Got all kinds of events in store. We got the Taco Festival at the TI Bank Jaguars Field on the 22nd of April. We're going to see the homeboy Prof on the 22nd. We got to go see the homeboy Swayze on the 16th. We got a show on the 26th. We got a Beats and Battles on the 29th. We got a show on July 1st coming up, man. We're staying booked and busy. We also have a trip to LA we got to talk about this week. We are going to tap in with my homeboy Soldani and see what he's been up to. This has been good. We've been trying to just stay focused, progressing, and productive and motivated. So we've been doing a lot of artwork, a lot of new pictures coming. Just dropped some new merch that's going to be going on the website. Make sure you guys tap in. If you aren't subscribed already, make sure you do. Hit that notification bell. Bing. Help us hit millies. You know what to do. So, without further ado, we'll jump into the rest of this podcast.
Are we live?
Yes, we are live. We are live now. Right back at you.
Oh, I thought goofing.
I'm always goofing, bruh. Always goofing. Sheesh. So, that's a nice sweater you got there.
Yeah, this was a steal. I had to get it. I had to. I mean, $80 off, bro. How are you not gonna buy that? Like,
I'll tell you how, because I didn't even know.
yeah. They had a large. So it's a little,
what kind of sweater is it?
This is a Calabasas butterfly sweater. It ain't a hoodie, but it's like a throw sweater.
Oversized sweater, long sleeves.
It's called a sweatshirt.
Yeah.
Sweatshirt. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gang. That shit's fire.
It's pretty nice. I like it. It's super comfy. I gotta not wear it all the time though, because I beat it up before LA. So
there you go.
Got one of my outfits picked for LA, so I'm excited.
Oh yeah.
Why don't you tell your people what you're doing in LA and stuff?
So that's one of the things we were chit-chatting about. So we got a nice trip to LA planned. Soldani, one of his homeboys, Zach, myself, Roma, and our videographer Zach. So 2 Zachs. And we're gonna go to LA and stay in an Airbnb with our homeboy Lil Phil. He's doing a music video with the homeboy Kasky. So Phil had set up with Soldani and everyone else to tap in and have us all come out and do a music video.
Sorry, you're shaking the table every time you hit the table. No, you keep hitting it with your hands.
No, it's with my knee.
Why are you so anxious?
I know. It's like he keeps hitting it down. It's like the blank video.
You get the stage fright. His knees weak, arms are heavy.
Oh no, weak stomach. So, so we're going out there. We're going to shoot this music video, do some tattoos in the music video. While there, we're going to shoot some podcasts. We're going to hopefully do a couple of tracks with Soldani. I know he's still working on a little mini EP album, and we're going to pump some of those songs out while we're there.
That'd be fun.
You excited to do some music and stuff while we're out?
I'm excited to do some music, but I think everything in itself I'm excited for. I think like last time, just going with no expectations and seeing what happens is what I'm most excited for, because that's when the best stuff happens, is when I'm not expecting anything. But to bring a close friend of mine out there to kind of inspire him, like, hey, like, this is actually what we're doing. Like, this is the behavior and movement like this is how I met J-Rock, and how you have been blessed to meet J-Rock and the crew, and how you know, got to be in certain moments like the party back in February, which was really cool. And there's still a piece of confetti on the fan that we can't reach.
Oh
So
man, still
that's funny
confetti
as
on
fuck.
the fan. That's hilarious.
But I'm excited to not lose my wallet this time in LA.
Oh man, you're showing up like a biker, chain attached and all. You know,
Honestly, I should go and apply for another one to say I lost that one, so I have two when I go out there.
might as well. Might as well. Yeah. So that's gonna be a really good time. I know we're gonna shoot. I think we got a couple of singles that we might shoot some little snippets, some promo to some songs or something while we're out. Uh, I know we talked about maybe hitting Mario Kart World or something.
Yeah, they got this at Universal. They got Super Mario World. That movie's dope. You should go see it.
It's coming
You
to
watching this? Go see Super Mario.
Coming to Florida too.
Mhm.
So all right, that sounds interesting. We'll have a little go kart. Driving in Jacksonville's already like Super Mario Karts. So like, you know, you just dip, dodge, choo, choo.
I mean, I did fine in the back seat. You know,
He said, "I just time travel, man. Fall asleep and
What's on his
bang bang."
itinerary?
What's on your itinerary?
for LA.
Yeah, wing
Or
it,
for
wing it, wing it.
No, I ain't winging it this time. I hung around Roma too much to wing it. I think I'm gonna hit Bloomington first to see a couple of people I know out there. Wait for you to get out there, and then when you get out there, we're just, I looked up the Korean Bell, which seems pretty cool. The Korean Bell of Friendship, so that kind of be like a
A
good
break,
landmark to go to with the crew we got going out.
yeah. Breaking the trip in, breaking the trip in.
Obviously, we're gonna be at the mansion, which looks pretty cool. I'm
Yeah,
glad we got that worked out.
pictures look real good. It looks tight. It's got a jacuzzi. I'm definitely gonna be up in that bad boy. You know that. We'll probably shoot.
Oh yeah, I'm
Probably.
gonna do something outlandishly funny for that music video.
Oh yeah, probably shoot some podcasts and stuff, little episodes, some Q&As or something in the hot tub. We'll do I don't know. We'll do something. They got that AstroTurf. I mean, dude, this thing looks like it overlooks the city. I mean, it's in like the heart of downtown.
Yeah, that's what it
LA.
looks like.
Looks really nice.
Which would be sick.
Yeah,
It'd be really cool to take it in that way, instead of
it's definitely gonna take
Skid Row for a party.
Yeah, hey, I mean, we can go down to Skid Row just to go down to Skid Row, you know.
Let's not say we did.
Down with that. I'm down with that. I know that we're probably gonna maybe take a little hike up towards the Hollywood sign this time. We didn't make that last time, so
Yeah.
try not to get eaten by no coyotes.
Well, we ain't doing it at night.
No, last time there was a coyote when we went, so that was.
Oh yeah, that's right. I totally forgot about that. It was in the bushes.
Yeah, we walked across the street over by the car when we were walking. I was like, "Oh, there's coyote."
I want to try to get up to the Griffith Observatory. I've been reading you can get up there
Yeah.
when they're closed and you don't need a vaccine. So I'm like trying to find any loopholes.
Roma's had that, I think, on her list.
Yeah, stuff to do. The last time. But we didn't have much time last time either.
No, we only had like a couple days, so this time we're gonna actually have a little bit more time.
Oh my god.
I'm still looking up everything. I think LA is gonna be sick. I just gotta get through that plane ride. It's always the plane ride.
You don't like plane?
No, nope. I'm all set with plane. But it's the only thing in my way, so
Is it? What do you not? What's your least favorite part about it? The takeoff, the landing, the flight.
I mean, I love taking off. I think the taking off is cool, and it's a little nerve-wracking. It's like you can just feel your body just like shift.
Yeah.
But the landing scares me. I mean, I landed in Orlando in August, and it was a full rainstorm, and like it was drenched, and I'm just like, yo, like up in New Hampshire, like the second the road gets wet, you slipping and sliding. So I'm in like this thousands of pound vehicle or aircraft, and we're hitting an airstrip at like 200 miles an hour almost, something like that, something crazy. Just doesn't make it doesn't feel right.
Doing
But
donuts. Skirt, skirt.
I don't ever look out the plane window.
Oh, I love.
Nope. I'll take my phone. I'll take a picture of outside while I'm not looking, and then I'll go back and look at them when I'm off the plane. I'm like, oh
Yeah.
wow, that's a cool view.
That was a nice view from up there. I should have looked.
No, no, dude, no. All set. I'll start shaking and get all sweaty and knees weak,
Oh man,
But
don't get that sweater
no,
already.
I'll ruin this one. Wait, I'll puke all over it, bro. Um, no, but I like these trips because the
Much
last
needed.
1, 2, 3, 4 out of the last 5 trips I've been on, you have been there. So it's like a tradition we do. Is like instead of hitting up your buddies, like, yo, come by, hang out. It's like, yo, meet me in LA. Like, yo, meet me in Florida. I'll be there. And then we just
Right.
hang out and kick it. So
Yeah, it's
so
a
it's
lot.
like,
It's a lot more interesting adventures than your average. Hey, you want to come over and play
Mhm.
Pokemon cards? I mean, Pokemon cards are pretty adventurous sometimes, but
I just wasted money on them. I never got into like, here, I'm gonna put down a Pikachu, and you have to put down a yellow energy with a
never played.
backpack. And like,
You sound like you know how to play.
I'm there. I mean, I know the basics. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I don't know how to play Dungeons and Dragons though, at all.
okay.
Like,
That is not a.
I never got into it.
What else you got going on, man?
The blue checks. Let's talk about them blue checks. And I
Oh,
ain't talking about them $100 bill blues. I'm talking about them blue checks.
the blue check.
Cut me to-
Are they?
What I don't know, like $5 or
No,
$5 a
like
I
month,
think,
dollars or 15 a month or something, some monthly payment. I mean that has
yeah,
to show that Instagram has definitely hit a plateau where it's like, hey man, we need people. Like first they convinced people, oh, this is what you want to aim for. This is success. This is popularity. This is when you make it. Get these blue checks. You got to do all these hoops to get verified, and then made everybody want it so bad, and then made it so hard to get. And then they roll out the plan. Hey, you can now pay for it, and everybody's like, I'm gonna pay for it. Like it's crazy. They're just in it to make a bunch of big old cash grab on it.
technical difficulties. But I think that it has negatives and it has positives, just with like everything. And I think the negative behind it is it takes away from the people that have actually put in the work to get the
Right,
blue checks. That's
100%.
such a big thing. Like if they have a blue check, they've done something, or they have a blue check, they're famous, or they are an influencer, or
Right, public
and
figure.
I'm sure, yeah, a public figure. Like I'm sure Obama has one. I'm sure NBA players have them and whatnot. And, LeBron tweeted that he ain't paying for it when like they come asking for his money. He's like, I ain't paying $5 for a blue check. And I
Right.
think one positive though that I can think of immediately, and I've seen a couple people talking about it, but I mean, I just saw it like 30 minutes ago that someone brought it up. You'll be able to navigate through the scam accounts and the sex bots and the fake followers, because like I think since December, every single day, John Doe 873-509 followed you.
Right, yeah.
After like the 10th, 15th person does that, I'm not gonna go spend time delete, 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 because then you're gonna get shadow banned, and it's just like, I
Absolutely.
mean,
Well, and not to mention, like, even if somebody has 5 million followers, the odds of every single follower being an actual human is slim to none. It's just they got 5 million followers. Who's gonna really go through and look through their followers
5 million followers.
if they got 50,000 bot accounts following them to add up to that 5 mil, man. Nobody's going through that. You know what I mean? So of course that probably skates by. And I mean, I guess you manually have to pay that. So it would verify that you're an actual account, not a bot account, which is kind of lame that that an
It has to be that way.
yeah, that an app would be like, instead of like having stricter policies and finding a way to get rid of those bots, to be like, oh, well, just pay for it monthly and it'll prove that you're a real human. And then like we'll give the big people a different color. We'll give them a gold star now because they're a gold star account instead of a blue check. And you're a real person.
I think Twitter's doing that. I think Twitter has the difference between a blue check and a gold check. I'm not sure. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not on Twitter as much as like
From the producers that's a yes. Yeah. So I mean, and well, Twitter thing too. I mean, like, what was it? Elon Musk fucking like buys it out, and then a lot of his people end up getting fired or quitting and stuff. And then like, of course, he's gonna try to make it to where other accounts people can make their thing more popular on that platform. So they're gonna hope they migrate over there and got their voice back and can do all these things. And hopefully they'll pay for this so they can make some money and be the first ones back on the train. Everybody wants to go to the moon and blast off, bro. As soon as NFTs drop, as soon as new platforms hit, it's like, let's get it and do it before it.
Realistically, I mean, if people think it's easier to buy their way to the top, they're going to spend the money to the top. And either they're going to go bankrupt because they didn't do it the right way and they have no content behind it, or you're going to have the people that have spent 5-10 years on the platform alone, and then they're finally going to like this is what's happening. There's so many people that went every single staircase that they had to get to where they are, and the second they reached the peak and the top, they were like, oh yeah, by the way, you can pay for your verification. And I've seen that you have to put your government issue ID in it. Like, aren't we having this problem with TikTok, how another country can legally on their end get all the data? It's like it's like, oh hey, don't buy into get your info. But hey, put your government ID so we can get your info.
Oh, of
As
course.
if it's safer with them than it's them.
And they make it to where it's like voluntary, and they're like, well, obviously you don't have to give it to us, but you're asking us to verify you and do this, and we need that information to make that possible. So like we need that, so, and then it makes you kind of more comfortable to want to just give them your information. And I mean, that's definitely what's going on also. And then they're trying to create more people and more time spent on these apps, and more time and spent on buying things through these apps and connecting into them. And as a business, I use all of them very heavy to promote the tattoo shop, to also promote my artists, and then all of our services. So being heavy on social media is a must nowadays. Like, you can almost not go around being an artist or a musician or a band or a DJ or anything without knowing how to navigate through social media, having all of your actual fans on there, having numbers, having likes, all that stuff, and like being a verified product, being an actual good source, having good reviews.
Adding reviews to these platforms, I feel wouldn't be a bad thing. Instead of comments, like, this person received, like, out of 10 people that voted, he got a 5-star rating on what he makes or what he produces and how his art is perceived.
Right.
But technology blockage where it's like they're not really going to care about that.
I guess naturally, comments are kind of like reviews. You post a picture and someone goes, this fucking sucks. And it's like, well, thanks for your review on my post.
Yeah, I definitely know of people like right now that I have followed on that I'm following or follow me that went and got the blue check. I mean, if that helps them, you know what I mean? Let it help you, you know?
Right.
But
Well, I just know,
we know that you paid for it.
right, 100%. I mean, when you have less than 3,000 followers, when you are following like over 4,000 people and you don't have any engagement really, or maybe mild engagement, which mild engagement is just a step, but when that's where you're at and you're like verified and you got your blue checks and stuff, it definitely shows that like, you paid for it. I know
Mhm.
podcasters and some artists that like are up there and don't have blue checks. Oh,
I
thank
think that could pay dividends. That's gonna be the easiest way to see it too. Like imagine everybody starts buying these blue checks, and then all the famous people stop paying for the blue checks. That Instagram is gonna be like, oh no, what do we do? Or maybe, and this was a slight thought in my head, maybe this is what's going to influence the next platform to come out.
Oh, 100%.
Like,
There's
hey,
already
we're not
several
gonna make you pay.
efforts.
We're not gonna make you pay to verify, but what we're gonna do is like make you prove that you deserve it. Or, like people are inventing things every day. Just like people make music, paint pictures, you make podcasts, just make clothing. I think, it's only a matter of time. They're trying to ban TikTok. Once it was Craigslist, now it's Facebook Marketplace. Once it was Vine, then it was TikTok. Once it was Napster, then it was Apple Music.
Right?
Once it was
MySpace now pay.
YouTube, and now it's Hulu. Like I remember being in middle school, it was like 2009, 2008, and I'd stay in the computer program just to watch TV on YouTube that I couldn't at home. And then that translated to Hulu came out, and I remember when Hulu, you didn't have to pay for anything. You didn't have to pay to watch an episode of Family Guy. You didn't have to pay a dime to watch anything that was on Hulu because everything at the time was on Hulu. They gained steam. Boom, you got to pay for it. Netflix. I think Netflix has always been a subscription service, but
Yeah,
I do remember that they were sending CDs out at one point or DVDs, and that they took out single-handedly took out Blockbuster, and then
right.
the streaming wars began. Many labels, many music companies, publishers, they all hopped on the streaming train, and that's what probably like. There's always something. It's the
Well,
gambit. You get rid of one thing, you're gonna get something else, whether it's worse, better, or indifferent.
it goes in with
And
the fact that a lot of items stopped doing CDs. And
yep,
with the downfall of a CD means you can't really like first they ran out of vinyl and then stopped doing vinyls. They didn't run out, but they stopped doing vinyls and then they started doing CDs. So everybody went from that, you went to cassette tapes. And then after the CD, it's like nobody's walking around with USB drives. Everybody's got
yep.
their music on their phone, and Apple Music was the only way to really just buy and put music on your phone without pirating
There's
it,
iTunes at
really,
the time.
you know so at the end of the day, they're trying to figure out what do we do to replace these CDs. How can we make available for everyone to listen to music and people still be able to put albums out and still have them listen to, if we're not using Rhapsody or Napster or one of those other programs. They had to start coming up with a new concept. So then streaming, they figured people can watch videos, people could do that. Well, why can't we do that with music? Oh, they're doing it on YouTube. Well, we can just do the same concept and put it on a program and make iTunes free on something, or so
Yeah. Another thing that I wanted to touch on, being a manager. And I'm not talking like for a record label and artists, anything like that. Being a manager at retail or being a manager at a job,
it
be
sucks.
careful what you wish for. That's another thing I want to say. Just be careful what you wish for, because I'm not gonna spend 10, 15 minutes because I already do talking to my my people up here about it. I'm working 6 days a week, which I don't complain how much I work. I will work 7 days a week for a month straight. It won't matter to me. But when you're already scheduled 6 days a week because you have an employee that takes time off, the last thing you want to hear is, "I'm not feeling good. I might miss tomorrow." And it's like, you already have 5 days off this week, and you're not on vacation. You're not using PTO. You're just getting out of work. That's what it looks like, and these people beg for hours. I need more hours. I need more hours. You throw them those new hours, and they're like, "Oh no, I need a break. It's too much." And it's like, people don't want to be managed at all. That's the day and age we're in. Is people do not want to be
Oh
managed.
no, nobody wants to
So
be told
like,
how to work or what to do, but
I'm
yet they can't show up to
they
do
want money,
it. They don't have um like that self I don't know.
self respect to work.
Yeah, what is it? Task initiation. They can't just go and initiate their own tasks to make the job done because they've never paid attention to the point that they know what they're doing because everyone has to tell them what to do, but then they don't want to be told what to do, but they don't pay attention. So it's like, yeah, dude.
Yeah, and I think the problem too is kids don't want to work. Like, I mean, if I could go back to when I was 18, I would try to have the work ethic I have now.
Yeah.
Because boy, I bet a lot of managers hated me.
Sure.
Absolutely.
I'm sure.
Absolutely. And now I'm 25 and you know, I the people I work with, you know, it's like there's a really big disconnect. It's it's asinine. Like I'm
Upgrade.
I'm expecting a day off tomorrow.
Says running out of
I'm
time.
not entitled to it, but I expect it because that's what the schedule I made says. Well, now it looks like I'm gonna be working tomorrow, and I won't have a day off for the next 12 days, 13 days. So it's like I'm
Damn.
just show up to your job. You know what I mean? Like I've gone into work sick so many times.
Well,
Like
I know
I've
when I was at Zaxby's as a manager, I would have to schedule everybody, and that would be the same thing. People would be like, "I need hours." I would put them on this shift, and then they would call me like an hour before their shift. Sometimes and be like, "Hey, I'm not gonna make it in today." And then like I would have to work their shift after I just already worked an 8 to 10 hour shift already, and then I'd have to fill in for them. And then after 2 3 days, I'd just quit scheduling because they keep messing up. So I'd put other more reliable people on, or like I'd be the manager and everybody'd be in the kitchen just talking about sports or goofing off while tickets would be on the screen. And then I'd go in there to try to help them. They'd be like, "Well, you're the manager, bro. You're supposed to come help when it gets crazy." I'm like, "Well, you guys should be able to handle a small influx so it doesn't get crazy. Like, you guys should not need
yeah,
my help."
so it doesn't get crazy.
I'm like, when I was a regular cook, I would literally sit back there and muscle all the tickets I could pretty much by myself with maybe like 1 to 2 other cooks most of the time. And like we would just get it done and never need the manager to go in there unless it was like crazy parties coming in out of nowhere. Then that was a different story. But for the most part, we would
Yeah,
handle it ourselves and never need a manager to come in there. So I'm like, I don't understand why you guys can't like function and work right.
yeah, I'm about to deal with like I can't schedule one person on Fridays and Saturdays because they're busy. Okay. So I don't schedule on Fridays and Saturdays. I allot their times through the week, Sunday through Thursday. And then I have another one that I set their schedules so they would have 2 days off, 1 day off, 2 days on. Like I made them, I try to be a good manager because I gotta have people at the end of the day. I have to have somebody, at least one reliable body. Well, then it falls down to a situation like now where they take Easter off. Okay. Then they take Thursday off. Okay. And I have to split their hours with another I'm basically GM where I am. And we had I'm GM without signing for it. But they had this manager call Monday and they were like, "Oh, hey, store policy, you can only have one Saturday and one Sunday off a month. And I'm like, that's not possible. Like, you want me to schedule this person at this many hours on these days, and you want me to schedule this person these many hours on these days. I do this store policy or company policy you got going on. I'm gonna be working over 6 days a week, if not over 40 hours a week. And then you're gonna call me and say I'm not allowed to work 40 hours over 40 hours a week.
Yeah.
I'm gonna protect my job, and I'm not gonna work for over 40 hours a week. And you're gonna deal with I don't. I have every Sunday off, and I work every Saturday, every Friday. Those are 13-hour shifts by myself with everybody from the UK because it's a tourist attraction apparently. Ireland, New Zealand, Quebec, Montreal,
All kinds of people.
you could name a country, and they've been to my store in the last 2 months. And it's like I never text my employees saying I need help, nothing. But when it's my day off or I'm out of work, I get 10,000 phone calls on my phone. I use a burner text number so that they can reach out to me, and then I can see it when I feel like it because I've already worked 40 hours a week, and they're just like, "Oh, how do you do this? How do you do that?" It's like I've showed you 10 times. Showing
Right.
you the 11th is just showing me that I'm wasting my words on a fool who won't listen.
Right.
So being a manager is hard. Like, you can only what is the word? You can only be understanding so much before you realize, do you want me to hold your hand and wipe your ass too? Like, so that's the change. Change is rough, and I think I'm meant to go through this. It's just gonna build my resume, and I think it's teaching me change because I used to struggle with it. But like, I was supposed to go back to Amazon after the last podcast we had, and it took all the month of December while I was down there until they told me, "Hey, we can't let you drive for us." After I just did a year for them.
That's crazy.
So I worked in a sheet metal shop. Shit sucked. Then I went to I love it because there's avenues I can take from it, and now I'm just like it's always right before a big trip. Like before I left for Florida in December, adversity, something going on, something pushing me, testing me. And I'm not complaining. God can test me any way He wants, and
Absolutely.
I'm gonna get through it.
Right.
There's so much things I've been through that like, what's this? You know what I mean? Like, oh well, okay. Like you just take the punches and you just look up and you go, okay, what's next? Okay, what's next? And that's just how I'm taking it. So it's a little stressful being a manager. I don't think it's my career path. I know what my career path is. It's I'm not going to claim to be a rapper. Maybe an artist. But I'm not going to be like, oh yeah, I'm meant to be a manager at a corporation for the rest of my life. So it's like it's all taking your eggs and putting them in a basket with a heater
Figuring out what
and
you're gonna
letting them
do with it all.
hatch on their own. Yeah. So,
100%, man.
but that's
Just keep rocking with
right.
it, just keep doing it. We only have about like 2.5 minutes left on this little timer here on this Zoom
Yeah.
call.
So we don't have like hour and 20-minute podcast.
Yeah, it's gonna kick us off the Zoom in a minute. But yeah, no. So if you're working hard and you're getting up to manager level, just know that it always comes with a lot of extra responsibilities, a bunch of extra shit. You gotta pick up the slack for everybody else in the store. You're responsible for everything. You gotta work hella, and then when it comes to overtime, they're probably gonna complain. They don't want to give you overtime because they pay too much already. So it tests your work ethic for sure.
and
Just
it shows you like
stay
I'm
strong.
capable of doing this.
Work through it, and then if you can find change, put into change, find your side hustle, put you something that makes you $100 every couple of days, try to get more clients so it turns into $100 every day. And then that really can help supplement getting you out of your situations, whether it being a regular job, a manager, or anything of that nature. Just use your work ethic, find out anything you can in that business and work with see what you can apply outside of that work to that and like build your own business, what you can learn from it and take and go. And then just keep moving. So, um, thanks for tapping in. I know the trip's going to be fun. We're definitely going to have a lot of content coming out of the trip. Stay tuned. We'll be going live probably on YouTube or something while we're out there for a little bit doing some of the podcasts. So tune into that shit. Make sure you fly safe. I'll catch you whenever we get out there, and I'll shoot you a call here in a little bit.
Yep.
But thanks for coming out, my man.
Always a pleasure, brother.
Right on, right on. Peace out.
Soldani out.
Soldani out. Boom.
You tired, huh, from doing all the tattoos?
I am tired from doing tattoos.
I'm proud of you though for pushing it and filming a podcast. You know, sometimes you gotta
just gotta
push it through for you guys.
Hunker down and make the best of it. So, past couple days, I've done like 3 tattoos, maybe 4 tattoos a day, 2 to 3 hour pieces in a row. Like 3 days
like
in a row. Probably about 3-4 days in a row. So I've been a little bit behind on organizing some of this stuff.
I know.
I'm thought I was zooming still. So we have got the vlogs from Lake Worth done. We got some music in the works. I got some shows coming up at the beginning of July 1st, here at Justice Pub. I got shows April 26th at Justice Pub. You know, we have open mic comedy night at the Ox House every Thursday night from 8 till 12 a.m. with local and touring comedians that will be doing stand-up out in our front lobby. Tickets are like $10 at the door to get in. It's a good time. You can also check out any of our other private events or would like to book with us. Make sure you check that out. We do host tattoo parties, private events, car shows, concerts, video release or album release parties. You can shoot a music video here. We have our standard tattoo parties usually once a month with flash tattoos, you know. So we're just staying busy, trying to keep everything in the works and moving.
We can wrap it up too, because you look like you're about to fall asleep.
I'm just trying to remember what's all on the left.
You're fine. They can check out the Instagram for all this stuff.
Yeah, you already know the deal. I'd probably say it every video. But, shit.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching, and until next time, don't be lame.